Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you've been spending hours online trying to figure out how to navigate the absolute chaos of the current AI hype, you are in the exact right place. Because let's be real, there's a new tool launching literally every single day. One guy is swearing by trading bots, another's promising you the world with faceless YouTube channels, and honestly, it's just overwhelming. So today we're going to cut straight through all that noise. I'm going to walk you through a structured, highly objective ranking of 5 proven ways to make money with AI right now. We're stripping away the hype to give you the clarity you actually need.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. First, we'll talk about escaping choice paralysis, then break down the clear framework. After that, we're looking at creative AI hustles, followed by operational AI hustles. Then we'll cover the digital product advantage, and finally, we'll reveal the final rankings.
Section 1. Escaping choice paralysis.
So, I want to ask you a question, and I really want you to be honest with yourself here. Are you currently standing in front of 100 doors with absolutely no idea which one to open? Because if you are, let me be very clear. It is actually not your fault. You aren't behind because you're lazy, and you aren't stuck because you're slow. You're just completely paralyzed by options. Every single opportunity sounds just as good as the last one.
And here's the real trap we fall into. You find a great tutorial, you get super excited, you think, yep, this is the one, and you save it. Then you watch another one, and you save that one too. Before you know it, you've got a playlist of 20 perfect ideas, and you've started exactly 0 of them. Sound familiar? We have to break that cycle today. The people making real money right now, they aren't necessarily smarter than you. They just picked one lane, stopped scrolling, and started working.
Section 2. The clear framework.
So to fix this, we're going to score every single side hustle out of 25 points using a highly objective matrix. CLEAR is an acronym. We evaluate competition, basically how crowded is the space. Longevity, will this actually survive the next 5 years? Effort, what's the skill barrier to entry? Autonomy, does this business run without your constant presence? And finally, recurring, do you get paid again and again, or are you starting at 0 every single month?
Moving right along to Section 3, Creative AI Hustles.
First up, we're looking at service-based models that lean heavily on AI to replace tasks that used to be incredibly time-consuming and required genuine creative talent. Let's start with AI user-generated content, or UGC. Look, brands are absolutely desperate for those viral iPhone-style review videos for their ads. Historically, you had to have the right look, perfect lighting, and the confidence to perform on camera. But not anymore. With AI tools like Higgsfield, you literally just write a script, use the software to generate a realistic human face, upload some product photos, and boom, the AI spits out a finished UGC video. You can charge $50 to a few $100 per video, but the real money, that's in securing monthly retainers. Imagine having 5 clients paying you $2,000 a month to just deliver a batch of these videos.
But let's look at the reality of this model. The pros? Well, it's got an incredibly low skill barrier and basically 0 startup costs. The AI carries all the heavy lifting. But the cons are definitely significant. Because it's so easy to do, everyone is doing it, which means competition is skyrocketing. Plus, you have a massive time ceiling. At the end of the day, this is a service business. If you want to make more money, you have to find more clients and physically grind out more content.
Which brings us to its clear score, a 12 out of 25. It takes huge hits on competition and longevity. AI video tech moves so unbelievably fast that what converts this month might be completely dead next month. Not to mention, audiences are getting way better at spotting AI faces. So it's a great beginner step, but it's pretty tough to scale.
Next up in our creative category is building AI websites for local businesses using tools like Lovable or Bolt. Right now, there are millions of plumbers and dentists running real businesses with just a Facebook page, because traditional websites cost $5,000 and take 2 months to build. But you can use AI to build them a sleek site almost instantly and charge a highly profitable $999 up front, plus maybe a $99 a month maintenance fee. The main drawback, though, it's a one-and-done sales cycle. Think about it, a plumber only needs one website, so you're constantly going to be out there hunting for new clients.
Let's look at its score. AI websites earn a solid 15 out of 25. It scores perfectly on longevity because, let's face it, every business is always going to need a website. But it scores pretty poorly on autonomy and recurring income. The hard truth is, if you stop hunting for clients, your income stops cold.
Our third creative hustle is AI short-form clipping. Just about every podcaster and creator out there has hours of long-form video, but they absolutely hate cutting it up. By using a tool like Opus Clip, the AI automatically scans a 2-hour podcast and pulls out the best viral moments for you.
You can easily charge $1,000 to $2,000 monthly retainers to manage this for creators. The recurring income is fantastic. But here is the brutal truth. It is an endless factory line.
And that crucial point is reflected in its score, 14 out of 25. It gets heavily penalized on autonomy. Why? Because every single new client you sign brings a mountain of new content. Your clipping can never stop. The second your production line stops, your income stops. You don't really own a business here, you own a highly demanding job.
All right, Section 4, Operational AI Hustles. Now, this is for the operationally minded folks out there who want to solve massive, expensive problems for local businesses. We're talking about building 24/7 AI voice agents. Think about a local dental clinic. Every time their phone rings and they miss it because they're busy with a patient, that is literally hundreds of dollars lost. An AI voice agent answers on the very first ring, sounds totally human, and books the appointment 24/7. Using a tool like Vappy, the setup is straightforward, but it definitely requires focus. You have to train the agent on what to say, provide the business's calendar and info, and set up call forwarding. For this, you can charge a $1,000 to $3,000 setup fee plus $800 to $1,500 every single month just for upkeep.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the contrast. On one hand, you get massive leverage. The return on investment for the business is so obvious that once the agent is successfully booking calls, they will never turn it off. They would immediately feel the loss of revenue. But on the other hand, this has the steepest learning curve of anything we've discussed so far. You really have to configure conversation flows, calendars, and phone lines. It takes real patience.
And that brings its score to a very strong 16 out of 25. Honestly, that steep learning curve, it's a blessing in disguise. It completely filters out the lazy competition. If you're willing to sit down and tinker with the software until you get it exactly right, this is a highly valuable, incredibly sticky, recurring lane to be in.
Section 5. The Digital Product Advantage. Listen to this carefully. You are no longer trading time for money. Every other hustle we've talked about requires you to keep showing up to generate cash. AI digital products, whether it's an ebook, a template, a course, or a specialized tool, they completely break that chain. AI tools like Synthesize AI or Ghostwriter OS can now research, structure, and draft an entire digital product for you. You don't even need to be the expert anymore. You just need to point the AI at a specific problem to solve.
Let's look at why the math here is so incredibly powerful. First of all, there is zero marginal cost per sale. Selling your 10th copy costs the exact same as your 200th copy, absolutely nothing. Second, there is no ceiling tied to your hours. Think about it. If you price a product at $500, you only need 20 sales a month to make $10,000. That's less than one sale a day with absolutely zero client management or delivery headaches. You front-load your effort, build it once, and create highly leveraged income.
That infinite leverage is exactly why AI digital products score a massive 20 out of 25 on our CLEAR framework. It is literally the only hustle today to earn a perfect 5 out of 5 for autonomy. Stopping your work does not mean the income stops. The product just keeps selling to the next person exactly the way it sold to the last.
Finally, Section 6, the final rankings.
So bringing this all together, the picture is incredibly clear. At the bottom, we have AI UGC at 12 and AI clipping at 14. They're great for fast cash, but you are effectively building yourself a really demanding factory job. AI websites sit at 15, offering better longevity but requiring constant hunting. AI voice agents represent a massive operational leap, scoring a solid 16 due to high leverage and recurring retainers. But taking the definitive top spot with a score of 20 is AI digital products. It is the ultimate leveraged income, permanently breaking the chain of trading your hours for dollars. So we've organized the chaos, we've given you the map. My final question for you is this: which door will you open today?